Hi, everybody. This is Jordan McConnell, uh, Crohn's veteran, and joined by my co-host CJ Cabrera. We're excited to be here. Today, we're going to be talking about something very important in the IBD world, which is how to you know how can people in your life take care of folks that are impacted by IBD, and again, IBD is the conditions such as irritable bowel syndrome, ulcerative colitis, and Crohn's disease. And so let's get started. CJ, how you doing today, man?
Good morning. I'm actually doing okay. I'm a little tired. I had quite a big amount of blood in my stool today, so um, give or take, I'm doing all right. But it's a normal thing for UC. So
Right, right. I can definitely relate. I don't have some of the stuff that I need to take my medicine. I usually take it with applesauce or orange juice and stuff, and I'm kind of in between grocery store trips, so I didn't take my medicine last night, and so that definitely affects me too. And so it's just yeah, it's kind of part of the lifestyle, but but every day's an adventure. um, so what I wanted to talk today specifically about is this article that I found on WebMD, and so it was pretty much talking about when your partner has Crohn's disease, and I'll include any links for websites that we have in the notes or in the description of the episode, so people can check that out. But pretty much, I just kind of wanted to go over some of the highlights of the article, and talk about my experience with it, hear CJ's experience with it, and and again, and what people can take home hopefully, and and of course, if anybody out there that's listening has their own stories, or their own insight that feels like that they could help somebody, please reach out to us, and we'll give you some ways to do that at the end of the show too. Um, and so first of all, the biggest thing, if your partner or somebody that has IBD, is to not assume anything. And so, uh, IBD, Crohn's and ulcerative colitis, is not a one size fits all condition. Every single person that has it has a different version of it, and so that's
everybody's unique.
exactly. Um, so for me, personally, Crohn's, since I've had several surgeries, there's kind of no special diet I could eat to feel good. It actually takes medicine for me to feel good. So you can't just say, how come I ate that burger? It's all your fault. It's well, actually, I need to like not eat the burger and take medicine. So how about you? I mean, have you had any experiences with people making assumptions about your condition, and if so, what does that look like, for you?
Um, I just think that when I first got diagnosed, my family didn't really understand what it was. They were just watching me debilitate, go down. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
They just saw me losing weight. They see me be depressed. They didn't know what to do, how to help, and if they, maybe would have done a little bit more research on their own, that could have helped a little bit. But
I
we all struggled together and we all learned together. But now we're all, thriving together a
Yeah,
little.
exactly. I mean, you know, um, it's kind of like
All love CP.
yeah, it's kind of like letting people off the hook. We're all doing the best that we can, right? And so, um, I can definitely relate to that. I'm the only person in my family that has IBD. My mom, I think, might have kind of a messed up stomach a little bit, but nothing like what I go through. So I'll say that kind of more like relationships. Like significant others have not really understood where I'm coming from. Um, Parents, it's kind of like they understand and care, but they're both far away, so they can so it's kind of hard to really like. Actually, my dad, I flew out to Vegas. I think earlier. I think like, it was like last April or something, and I was there for a week, and he actually got to see me because I was sick the entire week actually, even though I went out to Vegas, so it was supposed to be fun. But I was sick the entire week, and so he got to see it in real time. Oh, that's what it is. Yes, yep, that's what it is, Dad. And so the article talks about saying some helpful things you can do as far as not making assumptions. Um, is to ask your partner how they want to be involved in the process. And so, for example, if your boyfriend, girlfriends, a significant other, do you want that person to go to appointments with you? Do you want this person to kind of take the lead? Listen, take notes. Um,
You have to first ask that person if he wants to be part of this journey too,
exactly,
because
exactly.
this is a real tough journey that can make and break relationships.
It
I've
can.
had plenty of fights with my significant other because the drugs I was on had me crazy.
Mm,
Prednisone.
yeah.
If you know prednisone,
Mm,
you get, you turn into the Hulk and you get
uh,
mad at everything for no reason.
right.
So
Like the little devil horns can come out, and so.
you need to be really committed. Like when I first got diagnosed, I literally told her, "Hey, this is a lifelong condition. Do you sure you want to do this with me? Like
Mhm.
it's okay if you don't. This is a real just take time to think about it." And she's like, I want to be here for you. I want to help you. And
That's
then
awesome. That's
still
awesome.
here today.
Yeah, but that's it's yeah, but this having that really good clear communication. Where everybody knows where everybody's coming from is really vital. Like I was when I met my wife and stuff. I was full blown Crohn's already and stuff, and so it's kind of fascinating that she's kind of never known me, well type thing.
The thing was that I was actually well when I met her, and we just starting off. We were living life. We were going on vacation. We were partying all the time. We were just having a fun time.
Right, right, right.
And then, like a year later, bam, boom, I start getting symptoms. And then another year, I'm diagnosed.
Mm,
And all the things we used to do and everything just stopped. And all I do now is just stay home.
yeah, yeah,
But this was like before the corona. But
yeah.
all I did was just stay home.
Yeah, I mean, me, it's an interesting like I've kind of said yeah, just kind of been in a position to where I've just kind of had to not work. I just been working and stuff, and so and it's not a good thing. It's like putting your health second a lot, and so out of necessity, type thing, and so that's kind of part of the reason that I have a kind of an entrepreneurial mind and entrepreneurial spirit is to someday down the line change how I do things. So yeah, but it's definitely uh, yeah, your significant other understanding that these are chronic conditions. There's no cure for these conditions. You can only mitigate symptoms. On a good day, and so asking if a person's comfortable speaking up, or asking people what they need. And again, that might be nothing. It might be just leave me alone that day.
Checking up on them, making sure they're
Uh,
good physically and mentally.
Yep, yep. You never, yeah. IBD conditions are so, mentally debilitating as well too. And so
And it can flip on a dime. You could be good, and then like 2 seconds later, boom,
mm-hmm,
you're like in flare, depressed.
mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. And I said, yeah, my background is in customer service, so it's kind of like this weird paradox where I always gotta be nice to people, but I feel horrible. so, um, so um, let's see. Uh,
You also have to watch what you say to people
yeah,
because you have to,
exactly.
you have to consider their feelings. Like I said earlier, you don't know what they're going through and how they're feeling or what they're on, and anything you say could like make them snap.
Yep, yep. I mean,
It can either hurt themselves or hurt you, or just
yeah,
put
yeah.
them in a bad flare again because they're depressed.
Because it's kind of like there's just there's a significant amount of effort just to maintain.
Yeah.
And so like and so it's kind of like there's this kind of internal fight to kind of kind of project normal to kind of
You have to like keep your body under like a certain state because once you raise those levels, that's when you start feeling like symptoms.
mhm,
Let's say you get annoyed,
yeah,
like that little comment someone made gives you like a little pressure or
yeah, yeah.
feeling in your gut. You're
Yeah,
just like, oh,
I
okay.
know. So I mean, yes, it has to be like this whole like Zen master lifestyle type thing, to like to the best of your ability. Kind of had this, peace be upon people,
Stress-free lifestyle,
yeah,
stress-free life.
yep. I mean, or at least healthy stress, not that, it's kind of good to, strive for better and, to have to give yourself goals and things like that. But just that, yeah, that artificial deadlines that don't serve you type thing.
You're right about the happy stress because you can't like fully eliminate stress. Just make sure it's like a
Hmm.
good kind of stress that you
Hmm.
can manage.
Like the kind of like, okay, well, I want to try to get this diet thing done today, or just things that help you, things that help make your life better. There's nothing wrong with giving yourself aggressive goals for that, and that could be a little stressful, but it's good for you, so it's all good. So
Mhm.
as long as it's not hurting yourself or hurting anybody else. And so
Make sure those goals are attainable because last thing you want is to set a goal and then you don't get it and
yeah, like so
then
like
then you're upset.
yes, that would be what they call SMART goals, right? And so that would
Mhm.
be that specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely, something like that. Um, and so I mean, I may remember that, but that's a bit that it basically but yeah, but yeah, actually, yeah, that's the idea is just to make sure that the goals you give yourself are in the realm of possibility. So like CJ is saying that you don't stress yourself out or kick yourself for not doing something that's just unrealistic in the first place. And so and so so and so yeah, so it's cool. It's cool having friends and family that your life. Making sure that they know that educating them about the disease if possible, and also that, yeah, it's kind of like if you're going to be in it, you're going to be in it. And so,
Exactly. That's why try to spread awareness on my social media every day. Like I
hmm
have my family on there and I make informational posts on my Instagram, on my Facebook, just so that they know that, oh, that's what you're going through. Okay. They
hmm
pick up like a little something from every post.
hmm
Um, One big thing that families and, significant other people can do for you is consider what you eat.
oh yeah, yeah,
There has been so many times that I've gone to like a family's member's house or I've gone out to eat with family and friends and I can barely eat anything on the menu.
I have the same problem definitely, and so my diet is it's a struggle, and so it's it's like I would say with that specific thing, it's like you have to fight the space. Speaking, staying positive and having that no stress. Like just when you tell somebody this is what I need, and that person doesn't do it, you have to somehow let that energy go. And so, but because I've definitely experienced that multiple times, so this I can't eat this, I can't eat that, I can't eat this, and then and the next time you go over there, you hear,
The last thing you want to do is risk it
yeah,
because that's just going to make you worse.
yeah, and so that's of course, and then what's even worse is that so you've told somebody that you can't eat these foods, and then you're starving, and then you get over there, and then there's the foods you can't eat. So now what do you do? You
You
know,
have to make a decision. You eat it, you spend a couple of days on the toilet, possibly even more,
hmm
with pain and all the symptoms, or
hmm
you don't eat it and you just sit there and watch everybody eat, or
right,
leave.
right, and so because of that, part of, I've actually gotten used to I can skip a meal for that exact reason. Like sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes it's
It's not.
sometimes I don't which is not healthy either because you're supposed to maintain weight, have calories and all these other kind of things that protein, all this stuff, and so it's not good to. All right, well, here's this greasy, X, Y, and Z, so I'm not going to eat it. And so now I'm just hungry, and so now I'm just there's no vitamins, there's no minerals. It's just losing weight and stuff like that, and so.
The body's feeding off itself.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you look at me, there's not much to feed off of. So,
Same here.
so so I actually fight anxiety about that. Like if I'm hungry or if I haven't eaten in like several hours or something, I'm almost like, oh no, I'm wasting away. I'm starving type thing. And so it's just definitely a daily struggle. So anybody listening out there, we're gonna do some content. We'll release some stuff about kind of the do's and don'ts of Crohn's and colitis dieting. At least a high level view, and hopefully in the future put out some great stuff about that too to help people that may not know yet. Salute. Welcome to the Crohn's Veteran Podcast. You have earned your IBD stripes. Crohn's Veteran is a lifestyle brand dedicated to uplifting people with Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, and irritable bowel syndrome worldwide. We greatly appreciate your support and for listening. Help us spread awareness by subscribing and checking out our website, crohnsveteran.com today. Support the Crohn's Veteran Podcast with a small monthly donation. For 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99 a month, your generosity will support future episodes and our dreams of helping people with Crohn's and colitis. Now, for today's episode. And so also here, and so what, beyond like, loved ones, like, like a girlfriend or a husband or something like that, what would you, what are your experiences with, I would say some of your friends, since, you've been diagnosed with UC?
At first, I was just pushing. I wasn't talking to anybody. If people talk to me, I'd let them know what was going on, but I was mostly focusing on myself, trying to get better. And I would post on social media, and they would see it, and then that's how they found out what I had and what I was going through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't specifically reach out to somebody and be like, "Oh, hey, what's up, guys? I haven't been talking to you guys because I have Crohn's." Nah, I just let everybody know on my social media how they found out, or if I seen them in person.
It's crazy that so many today's, I guess, World IBD Day, and so
how's it going, Mr. Beast?
And so I've seen, I see so many people that, speaking of friends and family, I see so many people that that put out all this. Oh yeah, actually, all these hospital shots. Here's me like in the hospital, and like all their friends are around them and stuff, and family, or and actually, I was in such a bad mental place, and in such a bad physical place. I was like, I don't want anybody taking pictures of me in here. And so, speaking of pushing people away,
I kind of wish I would have took pictures when I was like a little bit worse, but I just couldn't. I just didn't have the energy or time.
Yeah, I didn't have the desire. I didn't. I remember like this because I've never been a big guy ever, and so so being 20 pounds smaller than I am now, like just like a Skeletor type type thing, and just wanted to I guess that can really show a really huge transformation on social media, but that's at the time that was definitely not my thinking, and I was just just miserable and sick and stuff, and so so I think I remember when I was in the hospital, I didn't even have my parents come and see me at all, like I was my ex-wife or whatever, it was me, her, and people and stuff, but I just didn't want my sisters or my parents or whatever to kind of I don't know, like it was just kind of like I hadn't seen them in so long. It was like, well, I don't want you to come visit me like after 2 years or something. And I'm like, this horrible,
this horrible. Feel pity on me or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's a horrible shape, but and again, in hindsight, I wish I had done that. I wish I had done taken pictures and had people come by. And so I think just to be able to share my story better, kind of, um, yeah, because I really don't have any of that. You know,
The thing with this disease is that you tend to isolate yourself.
mhm.
That's why it's important for you to like check up on your friends or people you know with IBD because um, just anything could just push people away.
It definitely. I mean, the whole reason that I started getting on social media in the first place was because I was doing that, and I decided to step out and to, you know, see what's going on in the world because I'm in Nebraska. It's very isolating. It's just very isolating, and so that's the reason that we do this show. It's the reason that we do our social media. It's the reason that we talk about our conditions and stuff. Is because it is isolating, and people do decide to kind of peek out. They say, okay, well these guys are, are talking about it. These guys are raising awareness, and so I think it's important. I really do. And um, so that let's see what, and so what else? What now what can see what's a dead space here? So what's a good question that um what what if you could tell anybody, yeah, if you could tell anybody with that doesn't have IBD, the best way to take care of you, the best way to support you, what is that? I guess. Um,
Just to ask that person what's the best way to support them. Everybody has different ways, you know.
mm,
Like me and you are probably not gonna have the same way of supporting
no,
or people supporting us.
no. Yeah, I would say that it's
Communication.
yeah,
Communication is the best part.
yeah. I would definitely agree. Like just staying healthy, just or just reaching out to people to see if they're healthy. Like staying in constant communication, because the condition is so isolating and stuff. Um, checking where people's heads are at. Checking to see if people are taking care of themselves. It's very easy to slide into a pity party. Into with these conditions and stuff, and so to me, that's kind of why I have a lot of admiration.
Hey friend, how you doing? Good day.
That's just why I have a lot of admiration for people that like you and like our co-host who's not with us today, Kevin, that just strive for a better life. Still try to make money, still try to help people, still try to go out and do things. While living with this condition and stuff, because there's so much going on behind the scenes, so much going behind the scenes behind that smile, type thing, so that when, so just, be kind and compassionate. Um, I would say, yeah, probably something else. Don't, yeah, when I say like, don't assume, yeah, like, don't, to kind of, go back a little bit, like, don't assume anybody's lying about their condition. So, don't assume anybody's exaggerating, calling in sick, malingering. I guess is what they call that. I used to call that. So being a malingerer, something like that.
Yeah,
And so, yeah, that's not the case. I've had actually somebody accuse me of not having Crohn's disease, but of having AIDS instead. And so, and that I would apparently lie about having Crohn's disease, and all that kind of stuff. And so, as again, as we've heard from friends of ours that how hurtful that can be, and it's hurtful. It's definitely hurtful, for people to uh, you know,
assume things.
yeah, assume negative things, or assume that you would seek sympathy in such a cynical way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's I can't think of anybody that would say, you know what, I'm gonna go around telling people that I have diarrhea and blood, and my stool and my stomach hurts all the time, and then I'm always nauseous. That made me cool.
All of this is not for sympathy. It is
No,
to build awareness.
exactly.
Like hopefully find a cure.
Exactly. I mean, that's that's why I'm so passionate about yeah, raising awareness, because I want to you know creating finding better better treatments and stuff, and yeah, just there's so many people all over the world that just need to know that somebody cares, and so that's that's what we're doing here, and so don't ever assume that don't test how sick somebody is, and so that's my experience too. I feel like people like, well, let's he's saying that he's pretty sick, or he's saying that he can't eat this or eat that. Let's find out what happens, that kind of stuff.
That is horrible. That is
So,
that's assault, bro.
yeah, it's assault. It's assault.
Oh my gosh.
And so like I've been around some very toxic, very negative, very not fun people. And so that's that's no longer the case. And so life is a whole, and so it's important that, again, family and friends, that those family and friends do support and love you. If they don't, they're still your family and friends. They just might have a different relationship with you.
So, help keep them on track too, because like I know a lot of times, um, especially with food, if there's like no food, and I'm like with my significant other, and we're just like, sometimes I'm just like, I'm just gonna say screw it because there's no food and this is all we got. I'm just gonna eat it.
Hmm.
I don't make that extra effort to leave the house or go to the grocery store because of time. I don't want to do all of that because I'm being lazy. I take the easy way out just to pay for it later. And sometimes it's good that they're just like, nah, it's okay. We'll do this instead. You know.
Yep, I that's very helpful. It's very helpful to and I'm thankful that my wife tries very hard to and me too, that we try to make food for each other that's not terrible, and so and so that's
We both can eat.
that we both could eat. They're both that eating like like eating like angry food, like this is mad that we're eating this gruel or something, and so
Mhm.
but yeah, so that's um so yeah, so it's ultimately the individual's responsibility to take care of themselves, but if you're going to be hanging out with them, you know any help is greatly appreciated, because it's not easy to balance you know the desire, yeah, because trying to exercise, try to eat right, try to stay hydrated, try to take all your vitamins and minerals and stuff, and then and then still strive for greatness at the same time, is a lot. So
Eating is just uh, a hard part of the day because we're trying to do so many things that sometimes we don't prioritize eating, and that messes us up too.
definitely, like, because I almost need to, because yeah, because I need to
I've
be.
gone almost like a full day without eating. I'm just like, sometimes I'm not even hungry.
Mm, yep, I can do the
That's
same.
another symptom.
Yep, I can know. Yeah, or I can. I said I've gotten so used to, well, since food has made me sick so many times. I'm being hungry is almost preferable, and so I
Yeah.
can so I can I've actually heard about this basketball player. I don't know his name, but he has Crohn's. And I heard that he plays every single basketball game, on an empty stomach. You know, because if he eats anything,
Oh,
he's just
he
gonna,
has Crohn's and he plays on an empty stomach.
yeah.
I remember when I first started when I first got diagnosed, I would do everything on an empty stomach because I was like, if I don't eat, I don't poop.
Oh yeah, and me it was like more like, if I don't eat,
But then it progressed, and it's like, I don't care if you don't eat, bro. We still gonna poop. I'm like, how?
where all this come from?
Like for real. I'm just like, what? Where is this coming from? I haven't eaten.
like there's a Parks and Rec where the guy is like looking at the mirror, is like, stop pooping, like is please, it's all sweating and stuff, is but, but I don't know. So that's uh, yeah. So that's yeah. You just don't know. People go through a lot, and so just be kind, be compassionate. Um,
Agreed.
practice kindness. Um, and again, and sharing people's stories. The more, I think something like 3 million people in the United States have Crohn's or colitis, something like that, and but I think it's just a small enough amount of people to where a lot of people have it, but very few people know somebody with it, and so if you that's why it's so important that if you're listening to the show that you share this show with other people, that you tell other people about it, because it may not only help you, but it may help somebody in your life that needs to be uplifted. And so um so
Agreed.
and so that's kind of what I had. That's kind of what I had for today. Um, and so, again, take care of yourselves. If you have loved ones in your life, um, you know,
Take after them, look after them.
hmm and also I said, if you personally have IBD or Crohn's disease, it's imperative that you take care of yourself to the best of your ability, because you still have obligation to take care of the people around you.
Make sure you connect with other IBDers as well.
There's a large
You
community.
don't you don't have to be lonely.
No.
Nobody in the IBD community wants to put another IBDer down. We all just want to build each other up and
Yeah.
uplift each other.
Yeah. I can. It is pretty awesome that there's very little like jealousy and hating energy like in the IBD community. It seems like everybody's trying to encourage everybody to succeed and to rise up and to be happy.
Like this disease sucks so much that we don't want to put anybody down. We just want to build each other up.
Yep. And that's all I want to do, and that's all we're gonna do. And so, so with that, something that I forgot last time that I will definitely remember this time. Please follow us. Check us out on Twitter. My the handle is Crone V. That's at CROHN capital V. Check us out on Instagram. I'm at Crohn's Veteran, and we're gonna create an official Crohn's Veteran account. So y'all can check us out on that too. My man right here, CJ, you can check him out at Papuro, Papuro. Also, our website, www.crohnsveteran.com. And we're going to keep pushing out more content. Actually, we were streaming today on Twitch. You can check out CJ at Show Ghost on Twitch. And we're excited to keep helping people, to keep putting out hopefully helpful content. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, ideas, please hit us up on social media or on the website. And we're always looking for feedback and ways to improve. And thanks. And have a great day.